What's up, everybody? Ty Bartellen with another edition of Coach's Corner as we get to chat with one of my personal favorite conversations each and every year. It's the man, the myth, the legend, Dolph Carrol from the Valley Christian Eagles boys basketball team. Coach Carrol, how we doing, man?
Good, buddy. How are you today?
I'm not doing too bad. I always love talking a little bit of hoops with you. I always like getting into the thick of the basketball season. What are you seeing from your guys right now? Talk to me about the excitement you have gearing up for this season.
Uh, Ty, it's been really fun. We've had 10 or 12 practices, and I've got a lot of young kids and new kids that have some that are brand new freshmen, and then we've got some kids that have been on the JV team for last year, and trying to get them all up to the same speed has been a little bit of a challenge, but again, they're great kids and they're working hard, and it's just been a lot of fun. It's been a fun team for the first 12 days.
Talk to me about just how easy is it when you always have great kids? I feel like that's always a constant in these interviews. You always talk about how great the kids are, how coachable a lot of them are. How easy does that make your job as a coach when you have so many kids like that?
Oh, that is the whole thing. I mean, if I got a group of kids that'll pay attention and will listen and are just absorbing what you're trying to teach them. Now, yeah, we're hard on them, really hard on them, but they respond very well and they understand that we're not doing it because we don't like you. We're doing it because we want you to be the best you can be, and we love you to death. But these are the expectations we have, and so strap it on and let's play.
Let's go through that team a little bit, Coach. Highlight some of those names. Highlight who are going to be some of your leaders this year on the team.
Yeah, I mean, Todd, we lost, we lost some really integral parts to it last year's team, and I only got two starters coming back, um, Jordan Tutwiler and Dion Miller. So we're going to have to fill the void that we've left. And King Swiggett played and started last half of the season due to an injury. So I've got two and a half starters, and now we've got to find, number four, number five, six, seven, and eight. And these kids are trying to learn. I mean, the system's not the easiest thing to learn, and I'm not the easiest guy to play for. So they're having to make some adjustments, and we're trying to learn every day and do some interesting things throughout the course of the day. But they've responded very well. And it's just right now we haven't even split too much. We're just going best against best, and we'll start probably by the end of this week. We'll have a better idea of where we might have our top seven, maybe eight. But right now we're still kind of evaluating and letting them get a feel for things. So we've got another week or so before we really got to get everything put together.
Your resume in basketball, I feel like, speaks for itself. But one thing I've always known a constant for your team, you mentioned you always like to say you're tough to play for too, but you hold accountability across the board from yourself to your kids and from your kids to one another too. You make sure everyone's held accountable in that gym. What does accountability though look like for you in the gym amongst yourself and the kids?
Well, first and foremost, we're Valley Christian, so we have a higher authority. We're not just playing for ourselves. We have a lot of people that are judging us. I'm just going to say the word. We have a lot of people that judge us for who we are, what we represent. So we have to be very conscientious of that going forward to every season, every practice, every game. And then as far as me, my expectations, one of the hardest things for me to learn as a new coach was they're not me. Um,
Yeah.
and so I had to understand that they're not me and they're not going to play like I played. But if I can instill into them that the level at which you have to play this game is very intense, very physical, very, very tough, then you got some accountability you can hold them to as long as they understand your expectations, which we are pretty specific about our expectations to them, and they all buy in. And I think that's the biggest key, Ty, this day and age, kids buying into to being coached hard and not taking it personal and understanding that, hey, we care about you. We just want the best. And to be the best, you got to do these certain things.
You hinted some characteristics of play style that you like, but I've been liking to ask coaches this because I know every coach has a different flavor that they like the game played like too, and there's more than one way to get it done. What does your version of great basketball look like? Has it changed throughout the years?
Um, that's a really, really good question, Ty, because the game obviously has changed immensely. Um, in that fact that I'm gonna age myself. In the '80s and the '90s, when you would watch the Celtics and the Lakers and all the great teams, Detroit even. I mean, those guys played together. They were unselfish. It wasn't one on one, clear out, screen on the ball, go to the rack. I mean, the game at that level changed with all their new defensive rules. I haven't changed. And I don't even like watching the NBA anymore. It's just not the same. I mean, it's great, great players, but it's not what I grew up with. It's not team play. It's not having each other's backs. It's kind of just I'm going to go get mine and we're going to win games and I'm going to score my 40 and I shouldn't knock it that bad, but it's just different. And so my philosophy's always been I would love to have five guys in double figures. That means we're moving the ball, we're taking care of the ball, where everybody's involved. And then defensively, we're gonna be as tough as we possibly can.
Coach, you talk about growth in players too, and you always do a great job in crafting. I feel like a lot of young men after they've gone through the program with you, beyond the box score, beyond the stats that we keep in the game, how are you measuring growth in your players from the time you first get them to the time they graduate and leave you?
Oh gosh, you try to plant seeds, Ty. You try to I don't know, educate them. You try to deal with real life situations that these kids go through. And we have those. And basketball is just a very, very small part. Um, we try to instill into them our spiritual aspect. We try to instill into them, working hard and life is not fair and you got to get back up when you get knocked down and all the cliche things that coaches say. But I think the greatest thing happens is when I've been here, good gosh, 17 years. When I have kids coming back from 10 years ago or 11, 15 years ago, and you've impacted their life in some minute way, then it makes it all worthwhile. I mean, that's why you do this. It's not like we're making a lot of money. It's just that you have an opportunity to pour into kids' lives and make a difference.
How do you define success at this stage of your career as a coach? Has that changed over time?
Yeah, um, yeah, it's changed. I was a maniac. Winning's not the most important thing to me. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this is going to sound really bad. I've won enough games in my career. It's not about the
Yeah.
wins and losses for me. It's about building relationships and doing all the little things right and making sure you are caring about kids and kids are caring about themselves and you do all those little things, then winning takes care of itself. You hold them accountable. You discipline them when they need it. You do all those things, and then pretty soon you look up and you've won 15 games. It just takes care of itself. So it's not for me. It's not win at all costs. I've never been that way. I'm not going to do that. But I'm a horrible loser. Don't misunderstand. I mean, I take it to bed and I don't sleep when we lose. But it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is watching these kids mature and grow and instilling into some Christian values and life lessons.
I love it. I think I love the way that you coach the game too, and I also love the way that any given night in the sport of basketball, high school basketball, that electricity of a close game, like late in the fourth quarter, I feel like you can't match it. Do you still feel that electricity? When's the last time the game gave you goosebumps?
Oh, every game. Every game. I mean, I still have the passion for the game. I'm always nervous before games. Doesn't matter who we're playing, what we're doing, what our record is. I'm always nervous. I'm always probably too intense at times. I don't know if that'll ever change. When that does, that's probably the time I need to hang them up. Well, I can't do that either. My wife says I have to work till I die, so she doesn't want me around that much. But yeah, I still love that aspect of the game. I mean, and I'm the same way with practice. Practice to me is so much fun. Games are a blast, but practice is fun, and you watch kids develop, and it's just it's a great game and it's fun. Always has been.
So if you were to craft me an ideal player, high school basketball player, from any skill set to intangibles, anything like that, craft me like your ideal high school basketball player. What do you want coming in for the program?
6'8", 230, point guard. How's that? I'll
Get
take
the little
I'll take
magic.
yeah, I'll take Magic. Magic would be all right. I would take a Magic Johnson.
Obviously, those are the type of things too. Those things you can't coach. But in terms of coached teams, the good teams from the great teams, and the experience you've been able to play against and have with good teams and great teams over the years, what is the difference between those that are a good team and those that are a great team?
Uh, the unselfishness. If I get a group of kids that are unselfish and will communicate on the floor, that's usually a really, really good team. When you have kids that don't communicate very well or afraid to communicate, and that's part of the stress and I'm having right now. I got one of the most quiet teams I've ever had. I mean, trying to get them to talk is like pulling teeth. But they have the other stuff. I mean, they're very unselfish. They're very caring. They work their tails off. But if we can't talk and communicate and help each other on the court, that could be a struggle for us.
How do you try to, I guess, encourage that leadership and that communication from kids that aren't used to being the loudest voices too? What's kind of your strategy for that?
Ty, that's when I will lose my mind. Uh, they hear it about it every day. I mean, that's because it's so important because the game is so fast and it's about action versus reaction. And I can't call it timeout every 3 seconds. We don't have a 25-second huddle that we can organize ourselves. I mean, they have to be able to run on the fly, make adjustments. Things aren't always going to go right. Don't freak out. Adjust with what you got to do, and then that's what makes this game so much fun. Is because it's so fast and you have to react. You can't think. You have to react, and you have to understand what your other teammates are doing, and your other teammates have to have your back. So that's what makes it fun. It really does.
The high school season is a long season too, and you kind of hinted at things that you've helped your players with things off the court, because anything can happen. Any number of wild card things can happen on and off the floor during a high school season and off season as well. What is some of the things you try to do to help your players handle the adversity that inevitably some are going to face throughout the years or throughout a long season?
It's just relationships, Ty. It's just kids know that you love them, and if they're having issues, they know that they can come here. It has nothing to do with basketball. It has nothing to do with. It's just life. And for some of our kids, life is tough, and so they have some adjustments and they have some trials and tribulations that they go to. So we spend a lot of time in prayer with them, and we talk to them. I mean, we're not afraid to talk to them. They're not afraid to come in. It's just a unique. I don't know how to say this. You take your experiences and you bring them to whatever level you're at.
Yeah.
So as a college coach, my experience, we had to have relationships and we were with those kids all the time from time they stepped on campus and all year long. So you just try to do the same things. Um, and again, with the Christian aspect of it, it makes it a lot easier that you can get with them and pray with them. And life isn't easy and it's not fair. And you just try to explain things to them the best you can and try to help them through whatever situation they might be dealing with.
Want to always talk about the schedule you guys have too, both the conference and the little bit of non-conference games that you guys are able to put together too. Talk to me about just some of the excitement you have, what you foresee in the conference and the in the non-conference, what games you're excited to test your boys with.
Well, I think they're all going to be fun. I mean, they're all going to be good. Anytime you play in the conference, everybody's going to play well against you. I mean, you just have to know that because it's conference. Non-conference, when you play, I don't know, Moonies and Lowellvilles, they've always been the area has always been really good basketball wise. And I think at any given night, and it's basketball, anything can happen. You could lose at the buzzer, you can get blown out if you're not ready to play. So it's just we try not. I don't know how to say this. It's not about who we're playing to me. It's more about us. We have to worry about ourselves. Yeah, that we're playing a very good team, but you can't worry about who you're playing, regardless if they're 1-10 or 10-0. It's about us. It's not about them. It's about our execution and how we compete and how we execute. So you try to instill that so they just so they understand it can't be about the other team. It's got to be about you.
Those things you instill happens a lot in practice too. Once I started kind of dipping my toe into coaching, I realized how important the practice was for the growth, and the games are more just kind of showcasing everything that you work on in practice, right?
It
What's
is.
your favorite part of practice, coach, when you are able to get the boys all together and you're able to instill some stuff?
I like all of it. I mean, it's just practice is practice when you can mold and teach and watch them figure things out and say, "That's it. Now you got it. Now let's keep doing it." I don't know. Practice is just great. It's just like you say, games are fun and they're the showcase, but all the work that nobody sees is where great teams become great. A great example is Oklahoma just beat Alabama. It wasn't because of that night. It was because of the week leading up to that game, and that's why practice is so vital. It's what you do in practice, and are you able to take practice to the game? And if you can do that, then you're going to be pretty successful.
Perhaps it's just because I'm a newer coach, but I always do find myself doing a little bit of second guessing. I guess you could say a little bit of self doubt too. Just wondering, all right, am I teaching the girls on my daughter's team? Am I teaching them the right things? Am I going about the things the right way, and how I'm teaching the game and how what I'm instilling? Do you still have those feelings, or do you have advice for coaches that might have that self doubt?
Oh gosh, yeah, don't ever stop learning. I mean, I look at stuff all the time. I look at videos. I'm on YouTube. I look at new drills. I look at new ways of teaching things. And I'll adjust. I mean, I'm an old school guy, but I still like to learn things and still like to see what other people are doing. And I'll steal stuff. I do it all the time. Everybody does. We all steal from each other. It's not we didn't invent it, but stealing it and making it work are two different things.
Yeah.
So you got to find something that is conducive to your team, and you want to keep things fresh. So that's I'm always looking for new ways of teaching things, and I got great assistants that have great drills, and yeah, go let's do this. Sure, let's try something. Now I'm stubborn, and sometimes I don't always listen, um, but I try to listen and try to hear what they're saying. So I learn from them as well. I don't have all the answers, and I try not to. Well, I act like I do sometimes, but I don't. So it's really important to I think you continue to learn and watch and grow. And it's that's hard. That's coaching. That's what you do. If you think you've reached the pinnacle, then that's when you're going to get beat.
You mentioned some of your assistants. I always like to give coaches the opportunity to shout out their assistants, shout out those other names that are in this program that are going to help make it a season this year.
Yeah, John Pecchia, who played for me, is still on my staff. Been 6 or 7 years. Ken Madison has been an addition for the last 3 or 4. Bill Yobi's been here the entire time that I've been here, and we picked up Tony DeFelice a couple of years ago. So I've got a great group of guys that love the kids, and everybody's kind of on the same page, which always helps. But yeah, without those guys, without your assistant coaches, don't let people kid you. Without your assistant coaches, you're not a very good head coach. And your assistants make the program. I just kind of yell and scream and act like I know what I'm doing.
Coach, my final question for you, and it's a theme question that I'm asking all the coaches I get to talk to this year. You know, I love my theme questions, and it goes into this being more than just a sport. What moment made you realize this job was more than just basketball?
Um, Ty, you probably I had to grasp that as a player.
Yeah,
Um, and probably during my years at Kansas, you have a group of guys from all over the country, and everybody is dealing with different issues and different things in their lives at that time, and so you get to know people that are struggling. You get to know people that are having to endure things that you didn't as a human being, and so you kind of get a better feel for what it's like, and understand that it is a game, and there are things outside of the game that are far more important, families and faith and the things that people deal with. Basketball has always been an avenue of escape, for me. So when things are going bad, when I get on the 94 by 50, I can just let those things go away, and I can enjoy myself for that hour and a half or 2 hours, regardless of what's going on around me in life. And so that's what we try to do with these kids. Guys, you got to have some fun. It's hard work, but it is just a game. And this is an opportunity for you just to relax and then to enjoy yourself, regardless of what you're going through in your life. Then we'll deal with life after practice or after the game, and we'll take care of it one step at a time.
from
I
your
don't know if
playing
that makes
days.
any sense.
Yeah, it made perfect sense, man. It made perfect sense. From your playing days in college to the pros to your entire coaching career, you're a wealth of basketball knowledge, my friend. And I always just love being able to chat a little bit of hoops with you. I'm wishing you guys the best of luck this season. I'm excited for what this year's team's going to look like. I think there's a lot of potential and a lot of opportunities for kids to step up. So I'm excited for kids to step into new roles and kind of show their colors a little bit too. So in due time, Coach, we'll be seeing you out there on that hardwood real soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, Ty. Appreciate you guys very, very much.